Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Forgany with KENS 5 News Now. I want to get you caught up on Thursday's headlines. The American Airlines deadly plane crash. Right now we're getting new details on that. Also here in San Antonio last night, a 10-year-old boy was shot in his home. What we're learning from SAPD. Meta is having to shell out $25 million for President Trump. We're going to tell you why they're paying all that money. And then this shocking video out of Port Arthur, Texas, why this dad is facing charges. But first, I want to start out in Washington, D.C. last night, talk about the rescue efforts that are happening now underway after this American Airlines flight crashed last night with a U.S. Army helicopter over the Potomac River outside of Washington, D.C. As of now, at least 30 bodies have been recovered. It was carrying more than 60 passengers and 4 crew members, and it was trying to land at Reagan National Airport when this happened.
At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
Now, we are getting some new video that shows the crash much closer from the airport's cameras. But before I show it to you, I do want to warn you that it is disturbing. So I want you to see this here. Here you can actually see the helicopter right there directly headed in the path of the plane before they crash and then burst into flames. This was around 9 o'clock Wednesday night, just outside of Washington, D.C. The flight was coming in from Wichita, Kansas. 3 soldiers were told were on board that Black Hawk helicopter. The Army says the helicopter was a training flight. Video from CBS News also shows what air traffic controllers were looking at the time right before the crash. The Black Hawk on top of the screen labeled Pat 25 appears to move in the path of the American Airlines jet, and some pretty chilling audio coming out following the crash last night.
Crash. This is alert 3. Crash. This is alert 3.
Families of victims who were waiting at the airport had no idea what was happening. One man said that when his wife stopped texting him back, he suspected something was not right.
Just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak. That's all I can pray for. I'm just praying to God.
When was the last time you spoke with her?
She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes.
Can you show us a text message that you got from her?
Landing in 20 minutes. The rest of my text did not get delivered. That's when I realized something might be up.
We did also learn that the plane had a number of figure skaters on it, their coaches and families.
We'll find out how this disaster occurred and we'll ensure that nothing like this ever happens again.
Well, back here in San Antonio, a 10-year-old boy was shot in his home last night on the city's west side. Police tell us that he was just sitting in his living room on the couch when suddenly there was a barrage of gunfire at the house on West French Place. We're told that about 30 shots were fired, according to investigators. The boy was hit in the ankle. He was taken to the hospital, but he is expected to be okay. We've also learned that he had 4 siblings and 2 adults in that home at the time. No one else was hurt. However, police told us that that same home had another shooting last year, and someone sitting on that same couch in the living room died in that shooting. Meta, parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is now having to pay $25 million to President Trump. This is all an effort to settle a 2021 lawsuit after the company suspended President Trump's account after the January 6 attack. Terms of the agreement include $22 million going to the nonprofit that will then become President Trump's future presidential library, and the balance will go to legal fees. Now to the viral TikTok video out of Port Arthur, Texas. CPS is now investigating this incident. This is absolutely disturbing and shocking. But what you're looking at, according to police, is a 25-year-old dad who's holding his baby in his hand and brushing off the snow off his car. This happened apparently during the winter storm that passed through our area last week. KFDM says that they have confirmed all that information with police. Police would not release the name of the dad, hence we have blurred out the father's face. But they say they consider this child endangerment and that they are expecting to charge this father soon. And finally, just a quick reminder to all of you to join us in our Cold Days Warm Hearts Coat Drive in San Antonio. We're asking you to donate gently used coats, hoodies, t-shirts, socks, and gloves. You could drop them off at any Dutch Boy Cleaners or Santico's Theaters. But this ends tomorrow, and this obviously goes to help all our neighbors here in San Antonio that need help to stay warm during the winter months. Be sure to check out KENS5.com for more info on that. I'm Sarah Forgany with your KENS 5 News Now. Be sure to download the KENS 5 Plus app, and I'll see you tomorrow.